Today, we are going to read and understand part 2 of Standard 6, Chapter 1.4, The King's Choice. So come along, let's continue with the story. This video was made just for you. Do remember to like, share, and subscribe. High up in the cooler air, the vulture flew. So the vulture was flying very high up. So when they fly, the birds, they flap their wings so they can cool their bodies while flapping their wings. So he was not feeling very hot. Okay, so he was feeling cooler. He said, "Hurry along." He called. The camel is not far off from here. So he's saying, "Come on, hurry up. Be quick. Come on, the camel is not far off from here. We can just reach very quickly. Come on, hurry up." But the lion could not hurry anymore. The lion could not walk anymore because it was very hot. The hot sand had burnt his paws. Now we know that they had entered the desert, and in desert it is sand. And the lion is an animal that lives in the jungle. Its paws are not made to walk on the sand. But now he was walking on the sand, and the hot sand had burnt his paws. So paws were really burnt off because of this hot sand. He could go no further. Further means now no, he could not go any way ahead. He said, "I'm too tired." "Stop!" he shouted to the others. He's saying, "Stop! Come on, let's go back to the forest. I do not care to try camel meat." Now he was so tired and his paws had burnt and he couldn't walk anymore. So he said stop to everyone and he said, "Let's go back. I don't want to try all this camel meat and all that. Okay. I'm only getting so hot, my paws are burnt, everything." Now the Lion King's advisors were frightened. When the lion got angry and he says stop and let's go back, his advisors, that is the fox, the leopard, and the vulture, they got frightened. The forest was far behind them, and they did not know how to get the lion back home because the lion now was injured, his paw had burnt, and the lion is saying, "Now I don't want to go ahead, I want to go back." So they thought, now they were frightened, and the forest was very far behind, and they said, "How to take this lion back? How to carry him? How to take him back?" They just could not understand. The leopard wanted to run away. So the leopard also could not understand. He said, "What to do? This lion, if he gets angry, he may kill and eat us." He wanted to run away. The vulture wanted to watch and wait and eat the lion later on. Now we see that the vulture had a very different plan. He knew that all these animals are not made for the desert. That is, they are not used to the desert hot sun and the sand. So he he had thought of this plan. If the lion dies, I will eat him up. So that was his plan. But the clever fox thought of a plan. Now, the fox was very clever. We know that the fox is a cunning person, okay, cunning animal. So he thought of a plan. Off into the desert he ran, saying, "I'll bring some help." So he thought of a plan and he said, "Don't worry, lion, you stay here only." He ran to the forest and he said, "I'll bring some help. I'll try to get someone who will help us." Now, after running for some time, the fox found the camel. So he ran into the forest as fast as he could, and there he found the camel. Okay. The camel was indeed surprised to see him. The camel was surprised. Why? Because a fox lives in the jungle, and what is this fox doing in this here in the desert? So he was very surprised. "Hurry up, dear friend camel," said the fox. "Our king wants you at once." So the fox told him, hurry up, come on, friend." He called him the friend because he wanted the camel to come no, along. Saying, "Hurry up, our king wants you at once." So our king wants you at once. Come on, hurry up. Our king wants you. You can't delay. "Your king?" said the camel. "Who is that?" I do not know any king. I only know my master, for whom I carry goods across the desert. So the camel was again surprised to hear that. King, he said, your king. And who is that? I don't know. I don't know any king. The only person I know is my master, for whom I work. Okay, and I carry goods across the desert. We know, no, the camels are called the ship of the desert. They carry things. They can easily move in the desert, because of their body. Okay, their eyelids, their paws, their skin. They have a hump, so they can easily live in the desert. Okay, without food or water, and they can walk easily in the hot sun. So he says, and therefore the camels are employed as to carry goods by people. So he said, I only know my master and I carry goods for him across the desert. I don't know your king. Our king, the lion, has killed your master, said the fox. Okay, so now we don't know whether the fox was telling the truth or the lie, because we feel that it must be a lie, because the lion had never come in the desert, no? So he just lied. So he's saying, our king has killed your master. Come along. Now you are free. The lion has invited you to live at his court. Come along. He said, come now, you're free. Your master is not there now. The lion, our king has killed it. Our king has killed your master. So you're free now. Come now, you have to, and the lion has invited you. So all these big, big words he tells him. He says, your master has been killed by our king, and now you are free, and our king has invited you. So you have to come. So that is what he meant with all these words. The camel followed the fox. So the camel now, he trusted the fox. He believed the fox, because fox is a cunning person. We have seen in many stories, isn't it? The fox can convince others with his sweet talk. So here he told him that, come along now. And the camel followed the fox. When the fox and the camel reached the lion's camp, that is, the fox and the lion started walking towards the where the lion was, because the fox convinced the camel, okay, to come along. So when the fox and the camel reached the lion's camp, the vulture and the leopard were surprised. The vulture as well as the leopard were surprised that the fox brought the camel along. Oh my god, how did he do that? Even the lion looked pleased in spite of his burnt paws. Now we know that his paws, that is, his legs were burnt. Okay, in spite of that, his feet were burnt. Okay, so in spite of that, the lion was very, very pleased. He was very happy. The camel was presented to the king. That is, the fox introduced the lion and he said, this is the camel, because the lion had never seen the camel, no? So now the fox said, this is the camel. Okay, so the camel was presented to the king. He agreed to serve the lion in return for a home at his court. So the camel said, okay, now I'm agreeing. I will readily serve you. Serve you means I will work for you. I will do as you want. In return, you must give me a home at your court. That is, you must allow me to live in your forest, in your jungle. Get on the camel's back, your majesty, said the fox. We will return home. So the fox immediately took the opportunity. So since the camel was ready, okay, to stay with the lion, so he said, "Get on the camel's back, quick, your majesty. Come on, let's return home," because he wanted the king. He wanted to carry the king somehow, no, and he did not know how to take the king back to the jungle. So now the camel was there. So he said, "Get on the camel's back. You can take a ride back home." The lion at once jumped on the camel's back. So lion was also very happy because his paws had burnt, isn't it? He couldn't walk. So his feet had burnt. So he at once jumped quickly. He jumped on the camel's back. His courtiers, the fox, the leopard, jumped. So his other courtiers, that is the fox and the leopard also, they too jumped up behind him, and with the vulture flying ahead as a guide, they set off on the long journey back to the forest. So now all the three animals, that is the lion, the leopard and the fox, got on the camel's back, and the vulture was flying high, and and he was acting as a guide. Guide means to show the directions on how to go, which way to go. And they all set off. Set off means started with their long journey back to the forest. So they had traveled such a long way, so they had to go back now. So they started off on their long journey back home. When the travelers reached the forest, they were all tired and hungry. Now we know that all the animals had traveled quite a distance, no, from the jungle, from the forest, they had moved towards the desert, and now they had traveled all the way back. So they were not only tired, but they were also hungry. All the animals, that is, the lion, the vulture, the leopard, and the fox, they were all very tired as well as hungry. The fox, the leopard, and the vulture looked at the camel. Okay, so they looked at the camel because they were hungry. They were waiting. Okay, because they thought that the lion will attack the camel and they could eat after the lion had eaten. Usually the lion would do that. No, he would hunt. They would get some animal for him to hunt. He would hunt, and after he had finished eating, he would leave the remains for the other animals to eat. That is the leopard, the fox, and the vulture to eat. So they were waiting now. Then they looked at each other and smiled hungry smiles. So they were smiling, they were waiting for the lion to hunt the camel, eat it, and then they would get good tasty food. So they were hungry also, and they smiled. They had a smile on their face. They had brought the camel for the king's dinner. Now it was time for a feast. Okay, so why they had brought the camel? So that the king could eat. It would be his dinner. Okay, he would eat his food, and after he had eaten, they would eat it. So it would be a big grand feast for them, a grand occasion. Okay, feast is a grand occasion, so it would be a great celebration for them. So they were waiting. They were waiting with big smiles. The king knew what his courtiers were thinking. He called the camel to him. So the king also knew that all these three, that my courtiers, are waiting for me to kill the camel, eat my dinner, and then leave the food for him. But the king had some different plan. He called the camel to him. He said, "Friend camel." So he's calling the camel friend. "Friend camel," he said, "I have to thank you for saving my life. You are welcome to live at my court as long as you like. I promise you my protection." So here the king called the camel his friend, and he said, "I want to thank you for saving my life," isn't it? Otherwise, the lion would have, got burnt in the hot desert because he couldn't return back. His paws had burnt out, and there was no other food to eat. So if it was not for the camel, they would not be able to return back. So he knew, and he said, "I thank you for this. Okay, you have saved my life, and because you have saved my life, you are welcome to live at my court as long as you like." So in my court now, in this forest, you can live as long as you like, as much. Whenever you want, you can go back. I promise you my protection. So he's saying, I'll protect you from all harm and from all other animals. So you don't have to worry. You can stay here because you have saved my life.
Do solve the questions given in the textbook. And to check your answers, please visit www.jkacademypro.com. The link is in the description box below. This is the end of part 2. For the complete story, do watch all the 3 parts.